Hey everybody, this is Carla. Welcome to an all new episode of Projectized. And in this episode is going to be the first part of a 5-part series. So I'm going to be talking about the 5 processing groups, and I will be using the Project Management Body of Knowledge 6th edition. So why am I creating this series? Because Projectized deals with 3 things: the business of project management, how businesses use project management, and obtaining project management certification. And knowing about the processing groups is a way of better learning about, project management. So the initiating group is the first of 5. Those initiating, planning, executing, monitor, controlling, and then closing. So initiating is the first one. Hey, 89. The initiating is the first one, and it has 2 project management processes. They are develop a project charter and identifying stakeholders. So this is also the only process group where you have to do these 2 processes in lockstep. So you have to first develop project charter and then identify stakeholders. With the other 4, you could do different steps. So in the next episode, I'm going to talk about planning. And planning has the most processes, but you don't have to do them in lockstep. But then this one, when it comes to initiating, it's very important that you have to do charter before identify stakeholders. Why? Because the developed project charter deals with 2 things. It authorizes the project and assigns the project manager. So you can't identify stakeholders any further if the project isn't a go, which is all the more reason why you have to do it in lockstep. Furthermore, develop project charter is in project initiating management. Project integration management. And project integration management is where you, as the project manager, are responsible for all of those processes. So that's the role of the project manager, is project integration management. Identify stakeholders is stakeholder management, and a stakeholder is anyone or entity that can positively or negatively affect your project. So the big thing about identifying stakeholders is you have to develop and look at them and evaluate and track stakeholders throughout all 5 processing groups. The biggest thing for project failure, it doesn't matter what type of project manager is, the beginning, middle, season, is you stop identifying stakeholders in the initiating phase. You have to go, like I said, there are 5. You have to identify stakeholders in initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. So those are the 2 things that are very important for the initiating process group. So it's only 2 processes. The first one is develop project charter. The second one is identify stakeholders. And since we have some new people in here, I'll do a recap. So talking about 5 processing groups for the project management body of knowledge. The first one I covered today is initiating. It's the first of 5. It has 2. Develop project charter, identify stakeholders. Those 2 must be done in lockstep. So you must first develop the project charter, then identify the stakeholders. The other 4, you don't have to do the processes in lockstep. But the reason why you have to do it in lockstep is because the developed project charter does 2 things. It authorizes the project and assigns the project manager. Once your project has been approved, then you can start identifying stakeholders. Regarding develop project charter, that's in the project integration management knowledge area. And regarding identifying stakeholders, that is in the stakeholder knowledge management area. So those are those 2. So this concludes this episode of Projectized for initiating, and I'll be back for the part 2, which is in planning. So this series, I'm covering all 5 of the processing groups so you can have a better understanding of the project management body of knowledge. So this is Projectized. I would like to thank everyone who's on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram Live for watching me live, and